Hello everyone, and thank you for popping in for another ASMR video. Today I thought it would be fun to have a look through the Australian Women's Weekly, and this one is dated May the 4th, 1977. I'm not too sure, but I think 1977 was a little bit before the original Star Wars movie came out. And May the 4th may not have had the same significance that it does today. I found this little contraption and I thought I might use it to point with, as my fingers aren't nearly as pretty. I don't know, is it a coffee tool? I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm not entirely sure. Now, who do we have on the cover? Well, it's Mary Poppins, Julie Andrews. Beautiful, beautiful lady, isn't she? She still is. And what have we got in here? Oh, 50 cents. It's quite a bit more than 50 cents today. I don't know. I haven't bought one for quite some time, but I'm guessing maybe in the $7 price range. It's interesting that this is called the Australian Women's Weekly because this is a monthly magazine. I'm surmising that Women's Monthly may not have been as popular. And in this issue we have How to Be a Better Parent, Sweet and Sour Pork, Step by Step, Vibes with Skyhooks and Supertramp. And what do you think of human tissue transplants? As well as a knitting special. Let's go and have a look. What have we got here? Right here. Now that's a familiar face and I'm trying to think who it is. Can anybody enlighten me? It almost looks like Paul Hogan. I may be mistaken. But look how glamorous smoking is made to look. I don't think we see it advertised in quite the same way today. Here's the editor at that time, Ida Buttrose. And Prince Charles on his trip to Africa. These African women are doing a wonderful dance. You notice what they're wearing. I don't know, I think I'd feel a little awkward myself, but that would have been a huge compliment to Charles. Forgive the lighting. Wasn't he handsome? Maybe I'll move the light. We'll wing it. James Stewart. Now this man here was always one of my favourite Hollywood actors. You never read anything bad about James Stewart. Now David Jones is a very stylish store in Australia, and you can see these are very stylish men. I'm really digging how this polo neck skivvy goes all the way up his neck and meets his beard. I don't know, it's almost like he has a stretched out neck and his head doesn't quite belong to his body. Sydney Opera House. The Oriana is a cruise ship, very well known cruise liner. It's 2 pages, and this is a very complex article about human tissue transplants. Should brain death be legal death? Should relatives stop an organ transplant? Should doctors be protected for heart transplants? Should payment for human organs be permitted? Here is a chance for everyone to take part in shaping the laws of the future in this important field, which, because of medical advances, is full of new problems. Very interesting. I think a lot of magazines today, women's magazines, are more likely to have gossip articles about celebrities, and yet here we have some really intelligent discussion taking place. Heating. $145 for this column model. That's a huge amount of money when we can get an oil heater, very similar design, about this big, for so much less. And in those days, that was probably 2 weeks' wages. And of course now we tend to have heat pumps. Paintings out of time. A child's photo album has inspired a series of simple, happy paintings on turn-of-the-century life. Lovely. I'll just flick through a bit more. Look at some of this fashion, it's glorious. Look at this, that page boy haircut. Can you see that? It's very hard because her hair is dark against a dark background. This is very glamorous, with the scarf and the covering on her head. I think I would wear that today. This is interesting. Mr. and Mrs. John Cullen of Sydney. In those days, women were introduced by their husbands' names. Terry Donovan, Sammy Davis Jr. There's an advertisement for a lotion that can provide a younger looking skin. Notice how the eyebrows are quite heavily plucked. There she is, Julie Andrews, right next to a Benson and Hedges advertisement. A real-life Mary Poppins to her 2 Vietnamese orphans. There's her husband, Blake Edwards. Oh, 1962. With her daughter, Emma. Beautiful photo. Beautiful. No, he's not a monkey, he's an ape, and he's my son. Oh dear. I'm not sure how I feel about a chimpanzee being raised as a human. I would imagine that as he grew older, there may have been problems. Because I know a chimp can be extremely strong. Oh, Royal Dalton. Oh my, how beautiful. Look at those flowers. Lovely. Royal Albert. So we've gone from anti-aging to blackhead removal. Our man in the UN, those glasses frames, very heavy frames. Oh, beautiful nails. My nails don't look like that. Do you suppose she hand washes her dishes? Some lovely purses, little handbags. Very nice. Collectible. And Susan's is a brand of clothing. Harry Butler. Colour TV. Here in New Zealand, I think we got colour TV in 1975 because we were to be holding the Commonwealth Games. I may be a year or 2 out. So Harry Butler was an early version of the Crocodile Hunter, I believe. There's an advertisement for a hairdryer. No diffuser on it. There's quite a spread on Harry Butler. Cute baby. A new tech course showing the way out of the kitchen. After the frying comes the drying. There's nothing so clean to put your fried food on, so absorbent to soak up all the oil, or so easy to dispose of. Wiping and drying and cleaning and polishing. Versatile Scott towels, strong and absorbent. Muhammad Ali. He was in his prime. Women are here but to serve us, so says the greatest, engaged on the latest fantastic wrinkle in a fantastic life. Interesting. Mushrooms from Big Sister. How to be a better parent. I would say that's a very in-depth article. Active listening is a remarkable way to involve the speaker. Sally, I wish I could get a cold once in a while like Barbie. She's lucky. Father, you feel you're sort of getting cheated. Sally, yes, she gets to stay out of school and I never do. Father, you really would like to stay out of school more? Sally, yes, I don't like to go to school every day, day after day. I get sick of it. Interesting conversation. I wonder if Father will be able to run Sally round. Now I know this is an advertisement for a lady shave, but what I'm really noticing here is her blush. It's very dynamic. It's swept across her cheek. She has quite a glow. And the heavily plucked eyebrows. Oh, no I don't. It's not a hairdryer. A lot of beauty products advertised. Travel to Norway. Beautiful scenery. If only you didn't have to wear anything over it. Another lovely nail polish. She's got a feature nail polish here, or oh no, they're all different colours. Purple. My first nail polish that I purchased as a teenager, I think I was 13, was called Green Gauge. It was green. I thought I was fabulous. Is this O for Oroton? Oh, drool. Oroton purses. Beautiful. My friend had an Oroton purse. I was so jealous. And a very classy Oroton cigarette lighter. Panadine is still available today. And look, isn't she a lovely, devoted wife, taking her husband's temperature as the poor man lays sick in bed, barely able to lift his book. Where do you suppose she took his temperature? beauty treatments, this time for the hair. Some very nice fashion there. Nice tights. More travel. And gardening. This lady is an Avon representative where she can work her own hours around her family. If you look at her kitchen, you'll see it's very 1970s with the brown and orange. Very popular colours for decor in the 1970s. Brown, orange, maybe a little bit of olive green, and perhaps yellow accent, or perhaps red, but brown and orange. Very popular. Look, this lady can get her clothes dry and then put her clothesline out of sight. And these women are so delighted because they've been given Sunbeam kitchen appliances. I wonder if it was for Mother's Day. How sweet. Or a wedding anniversary. And here are these beautiful Sunbeam appliances. A blender. Oh my, a blender was the bee's knees in the 1970s. I bought one for my mother and she was delighted. But what she didn't know is that I had actually bought her the blender to throw her off the scent of her real present, which was a microwave oven that had cost me $995. I had lay-byed it for months, paying it off. It was a lot of money. Orange coffee cup. Electric knife. My mother had a beater similar to that, and also that. And my mother was also very good at making sponge cakes. Her trick was to throw them on the floor to get rid of air bubbles. Oh, she also had one of those. Oh look, could you do with a little help with the ironing? Here's an iron. Now that's more like it. A shaver that she doesn't have to share. Wonderful. How wonderful. And look around Australia. And here are some letters. We pay $2 for all letters published. Letters must be original, not previously published. Preference is given to letters with signatures. Revlon moisturizer. Sorry. Nasty plug. Oh, we still get those. Ross Campbell wrote a regular column, and this one is Unhappiness is a Warm Fridge. Vibes. Ooh, that's a bit risque. I'm not sure what my family would make of dinner if I presented them with this crusty tropical pineapple meatloaf. I don't know what they'd think of that. I wonder if I should give it a try. More appliances for Mother's Day. Thank you, darling. Sean Cassidy. Squeal. Lovely Sean Cassidy. Half brother to the gorgeous David Cassidy. That is Marty Roan. He looks a bit like David Cassidy. I love his sports jacket, don't you? I'm actually not sure who these people are. Oh, 55. Oh, 55. Okay. I don't know them. And that's Supertramp. Now, gentlemen knew how to wear their jeans. Not like today when a certain group of people like to wear them low around their knees. I thought they looked quite nice back then. And there's a very happy cat. David Essex. He sang a song called Mafunwi, and I wanted to name my daughter Mafunwi, my youngest, but in New Zealand it's not a well-known name, and my family objected. Oh, Skyhawks. Look at his overalls. Are they satin? And this jumpsuit. And his hair. And I'm not sure if these have permed hair. Derek Nimmo. I saw him live on stage once. He was a wonderful actor. Did comedy very well, very gentle sort of comedy. More recipes with liqueurs. More appliances. Gustav, what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? What? Half a worm. We've never heard that before, have we? It's an oldie but a goodie. Very decorative sheets in the 1970s. The things you can do with a packet of frozen bread rolls. Sweet and sour pork. Oh, cornflake crumbs. Instead of breadcrumbs, I think you used cornflake crumbs. Some vacuum cleaners. Home hints. I always like these. You'll save money by always stocking 2 rolls of plastic wrap. Keep one the standard size, but cut the other in half or in 1/3, 2/3 proportion. The smaller widths are handy for wrapping small items such as cut tomatoes, cucumbers, covering small bowls and leftovers, and there's no wrap wasted. Now that is a good idea. Fix a hook onto the wall over the bathroom basin to hang rings on when you're washing your hands. denture powder is handy to have in the kitchen to clean the insides of aluminium teapots and soften stains on chrome rings and spillage cups on electric stoves. Use the powder with very hot water and let the articles soak in this for a while. To stop sliced bread getting broken or twisted, as it does so easily if all the family raids the bread bin, cover a piece of cardboard with aluminium foil and slide it down inside the plastic bag. It supports the bread and the cardboard can easily be folded back as the bread is used up. I think my favourite hint is the one about the plastic wrap. Cable stitch, is it? Argyle. Lovely. Knitting patterns were a popular thing in women's magazines. To be blonde is okay. Add Born Blonde soft shades. That's something else. I've been blonde. I never found myself in that situation. More knitting. Wool you can bung in the wash. I'll be honest with you, I don't have time for pure wool because I like to throw everything in the wash. I bung it in the wash. This winter, you're going to look just as husky as he does. Oh, look. What a pretty little dress. Isn't that adorable? That's beautiful. Chanteuse. That was lovely. I remember that perfume. I think I may have been given some as a gift. Oh, this child. Oh, look at his little angelic face. He's lovely. Frozen pies. Now, I don't know if this is true, but somebody has told me that American people aren't familiar with eating meat pies and tend to have fruit pies. Is this true? Can somebody perhaps fill me in on that? Enlighten me. And there's that cutie. So sweet. A good tomorrow starts tonight with gentle laxettes. Chocolate laxative. I would have thought a diet rich in fruits, fibre. I don't know. New methods treat piles without surgery. Bad for tea. And a piece of fiction. There's usually a story. Sometimes they were to be continued. Nestle Quick. Yum. I grew up on that. Can you still get that, I wonder? Choose any three for 99 cents. Not bad. I'm not sure if you can hear, but my neighbours are making a bit of a noise. But we'll press on. Because it's very difficult to find a quiet moment in my house. How lovely. Remember, brown and green were popular colours. I guess the advantage was that they didn't show so many stains when you spilled wine on the carpet. I think I have 2 pages here. Nivea. My mother likes Nivea. I seem to speak of my mother a lot today. That's a beautiful soap, I remember that. Very decorative decor. I worked as a shepherdess in Wales. A reader's story. The setting was beautiful, but the work was hard, writes Gwenda Blackwell from New South Wales. Sometimes you'll go back. Oh no, his first days back at school, he could pick up worms. Here we have some more wonderful fashion. Cowl neck jersey. Very nice. Now you see, Paris Hilton was not the first to come up with the idea of a dog being a fashion accessory. And another ad for cigarettes. Join the club. Nothing like a little bit of peer pressure to get you smoking. Look how happy he is that he smokes. Oh, a ripped page. Well, it is rather an old magazine. And here people could write in to a doctor about all sorts of medical problems, sunbathing, painful knee, tampons, puffy nipples, facial twitching. Interesting. Would I wear this today? Probably not. Maybe yes. And maybe. Out of all of them, I think I would wear this. It's a 2-piece. It looks like it's a skirt, and it says it's made of boucle. There we go. I don't think I would wear that, or that, not now. No. There's not a lot of shape there, is there? Oh, this is the second installment of our romantic serial, the sequel to Love Story. Talcum powder. Oh my, that's a little bit risque. We'll move on from there. Antiques in the collector's corner. Horror microscopes. I never really like to pay attention to those. And here we have another tip. Boots can easily be dried with a vacuum cleaner. Attach the pipe to the exhaust end of the cleaner and place the loose end into the boot. The flow of air will dry the inside of a boot in minutes. Or you could put the boots in the hot water cupboard. Marmaduke was a Great Dane. He still hasn't got the hang of my new reclining chair, thank goodness. And this luxury caravan with the wonderful 1970s designs in brown and olive green matches the outside design. There was actually a column devoted to backgammon by none other than Omar Sharif, who you will remember was in Dr. Zhivago. I think he was Egyptian, wasn't he? The maxi skirt. And another hairdryer. We were really into drying our hair back then. And sewing. It was quite common for a person to sew their own clothes. I like that. It looks Grecian. Very nice. I liked these bottles. Glass bottles I always felt were more hygienic than the plastic bottles we see today. $159 for the Sunbeam kitchen system. It's a blender, it's a mixer, it's a mincer, all from one motor. Fred Bassett, the Bassett Hound, and Mandrake, the Magician. This was a continuing comic, so I never really paid much attention to it because my mother didn't buy this magazine each week. Each month, I should say. And a month was actually too long to wait between instalments, in my opinion. Somebody's done the puzzles for the children. It wasn't me. Very nice that they had a children's section. Look, we could make a pocket to put onto our jeans, our t-shirts, our skirts. Very stylish. Because you never know when you might need a 30cm ruler in your pocket. And this looks like a very sophisticated hostess, maybe entertaining, perhaps at a fondue evening or a wine and cheese evening with a few extra nibbles. And a quick guide into what will be in the next edition. It does say next week. Now that's interesting because I do know that it is a monthly magazine. Maybe it was different then. And that's it today. We will finish as we started with another advertisement for cigarettes. Fresh is the flavour of Alpine. Look how fresh and happy you could be if only you were smoking. I don't think people fully understood then what we know now. I do like her top. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed looking through this, and I look forward to having